Okay, I am talking to clay buddies about rubber stamps. I'm also a stamp maker. So we make photopolymer rubber stamps. We make them in clear cling material. So they come out looking like this. And we can trim these out and mount them on a acrylic block just by peeling away the plastic backing. See, like that? And that plastic backing is it's not a permanent adhesive, it's a cling back, so you can stick it to a block, stamp with it, take it off, and then store it in a CD case or somewhere else for easy storage. So this is a great way to have a lot of stamps and very little storage space. This is what a custom wood mount stamp looks like. So it comes with a wooden handle, wooden block, and the die is mounted on foam. This is a well-loved stamp, so this is what it's going to look like after you've put ink on it. Our non-custom wood mount stamps just look like this, and this is a blonde or clear hardwood. There's no varnish on that, and the stamp die is mounted on the foam cushion. So any of these stamps can be used for clay. However, I prefer the unmounted stamps, whether it's the blue material that doesn't have a cling back or the clear material that does have a cling back. I prefer the unmounted stamps for my clay work. I feel I can get a better impression. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to determine whether your image is going to make a good stamp or not. I've been making logo mugs. So here's an example of a logo mug with a medallion, and these are good clear lines. I filled it with mason stain, and I'm not really happy with the texture. I still need to work this out, but it gives you an idea how that works. So to tell whether your stamp is going to work well for a logo mug, you want to have good clear lines. I have two examples. One is a design that I have the original design and the design that I have reworked. So you can see that I've pushed these down into the clay, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But let's open these up and see what kind of a impression we have. So this one here has very small text, and you can see that it kind of blends into, the words kind of blend into each other. And this, it's for disc golf. This disc golf basket is very finely detailed, and it really doesn't stand out very well. So over here, what I've done is I've swapped out the disc golf image and made it slightly larger, so it's cleaner lines and a larger image. And I've also made the disc golf club words much bigger. So when I put my contrasting slip or stain in there, it's going to pick up that detail so much better. So when you're designing your logo for a mug, or even just decorative stamping, you want to have nice clean lines. You want to avoid areas that are highly textured, and you want to make sure that there's space in between your individual lines or letters so that the clay has a chance to come up and give you a distinct area to stain. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to grab some this is a well-prepared slab. This is about the thickness that I like to use for a medallion, for a mug. Maybe a little bit thinner, but not too much thicker. It's going to seem a lot thicker on your mug. So I have rolled out and smoothed that slab so it's ready to take my impression. To stop my stamp from sticking, I'm going to take a sock that has some cornstarch in it and just poof that on there. Spread it out. Let's take a different stamp. I have a lot of stamps. So I'm going to take this stamp, and I'm going to make sure there's enough space around it so that I can cut it out comfortably later. The easiest way is just to hold it down and start pressing it with your fingers. You want to make sure that all of the lines are impressed into your clay. I've trimmed the stamp very close to the design so that I don't end up with a lot of artifact lines around my stamp. And I know that right there, this edge here, is possible that I'm going to leave a line behind. So I'm going to try and not to press on that area. Every time you get a new stamp, it is going to be a skill to learn. Don't assume that one stamp is going to be like another. Take a little bit of time, roll out some slabs that are just practice, and just work with your stamp and get a feel for the pressure and the depth. So once I've pressed that in, I'm going to pull it out, and my impression looks really good. And you see I have a little bit of a line right here where this part of the stamp pressed into my clay. So I'm just going to take and smooth that out with my thumb. That will show up when I'm staining, so I want to make sure that that's nice and smooth. And the last step to making my medallion is choosing a cookie cutter, and I just have a number of circles here. And I'm going to choose one that fits around my design. That's lovely. One thing that I found that really speeds up my process is I'm going to spread a little bit of plastic over top of my image, smooth it out so I can see it. Then I will center my cutter on top of the image, on top of the plastic, and cut through. And then you can see that it rounds my edges. So when I pull the plastic away and I pull the clay away, I don't have to do hardly any finishing. And there's my medallion. I've just got a little bit of an edge that I can just go at with my thumb there. So that's a nice medallion. I normally make a bunch of medallions at once, and I will take and I will bend it into a curve to fit my mug, leave it sitting on top of a piece of PVC pipe covered in plastic until I'm ready to attach it. So that's how to use your stamp to make a medallion.